Shalom. Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kadash. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone who do rule well, and the citation of the whole for elect. It's the brother Damawa from the GMS Cleveland branch coming back with a quick video. And this one, Russia bans Satanism. All right. Everything that we've been speaking about, and when I say we, I'm mainly speaking about the elders and the apostles and the elder brothers, all right, that's been doing this work way longer before me, all right. This is what this walk in this truth has boiled down to, all right, good and evil, all right, good is set against evil, okay, that's in the scriptures, all right, and understanding who you are and where you are in the Lord's movie, okay, because basically that's what this is, all right, and the masses of people is about to understand, all right, that what they think is good is really evil, and what they think is evil is really good, okay. But before I get into this clip, let's get something real quick. Let's go into Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right. So that lets you know that we're not dealing with your everyday citizen. Okay, we're talking about the elites here. We're talking about the people who sets up things, fund things behind the scenes, all right, to get their will to be played out, all right. And what we come to understand is their will is not their will at all, but it's the will of the left-hand side, all right, which in the spiritual realm, that's the side of Satan, all right, because that is who they worship, all right. And the scriptures give us a forewarning here in Ephesians, letting you know that this is what the battle is against, okay, because these demons, all right, they can use these people, all right, to play out different actions, all right. They can use these people, all right, to play on the flesh, okay. And so Russia, all right, because again, we know that the Lord deals with the leaders of the people, all right. And so Russia is nipping that shit in the bud, even though they wicked as hell too, all right, because they Edomites, all right, they don't have the truth, okay, but they're not as wicked as their cousins are over here, okay, and they're not as wicked as those damn Amalekites, the small hatters, all right, over there in the land, okay. But the point is, okay, that this is a situation where when you really get to the meat of the situation, all right, there's good and there's evil, all right, and one group of people represent one, and one group of people represent the other, all right, and we're living in a world where those two roles of characters look opposite as of right now, all right.
Let's diving into a story that sounds like the plot of a political thriller. Why Russia under Vladimir Putin has just banned the Satanic temple and what this move really means. On the surface, it sounds bizarre. Russian lawmakers are pushing through new laws that ban Satanism, claiming it's a major threat to the country's traditions and even national security, the official line. They say satanic groups are tools in a hybrid war waged by the West, lumping them in with everything from Nazism to LGBTQ plus rights. Meetings in the State Duma.
Now let's pause right there. He just said a lot. Let's hit that back real quick.
Say satanic groups are tools in a hybrid war waged by the West, lumping them in with everything from Nazism to LGBTQ plus rights.
He said raged by the West. He said raised by the West. Where else is it raging from? All right, because that's what the scripture says as well. All right, that it's going to be a certain place, all right, where it's going to be wicked in all the other places, all right, and they're going to push that vibration on all the world. Second Ezra 15:5, it says, "Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." What place have done that? Right? You won't see people modeling themselves after Russia, China, none of these other countries but America. In verse 7 it says, "Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things which they have wickedly exercised themselves." LGBTQ. "Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." Right, man. All right, because America is a very oppressive place, man. Unfair, right? Unruly, right? And unlawful, as it becoming more and more as it is today, right? So there you have it. Who else, like, where else is that type of smoke coming from, right? But it says, I'm done with that. Slocky, let's go over here. This is Second Thessalonians 2:3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." All right, and so the so-called white man, all right, is being revealed right now. Okay, and mainly these goddamn elites over here in the Western Hemisphere. All right, America is being called, right, a evil and confused, backwards place. It's being laughed at behind closed doors by the elites. All right, bricks them is setting up, all right, to come against this place. All right, all because that's the spirit of the Lord. All right, what he tell them in Obadiah, I would make thee small amongst the heathen. Okay, so all these other nations, including Russia, all right, is wising up to the Satanist tactics. All right, that America is pushing out. Okay, because one thing about it is once you start worshiping that side and all that, that evil overtakes you. Okay, and eventually you're going to be not useful anymore. Okay, because you become rotten. Okay, so it's only going to go for so long. All right, before all the people are not even useful, right, to be evil anymore. All right, because what's the results of sin is death. All right, so you can only do so much sin. All right, it says verse 4. Oh no, so like we want to jump around to verse 7. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." Right, man, because as a nation, man, these so-called white people have caused so much goddamn disaster in the earth. Why you think that they at the forefront of all the biggest lands? All right, why you think that even right now there is a Russia and a U.S. and Britain and it's all pale ass people? How you think that they have seized all these different kingdoms throughout different times? All right, it says, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." Right, man. All right, and that wicked is being revealed right now as the so-called white man. All right, and in public he want to put on the white robes, right, and look holier than thou. All right, but behind closed doors, this man is basically a Satan worshiper. All right, that's why whenever these statues get erected and put up around the city, nobody knows when it's going to happen, and nobody has anything to say. All right, but they study constantly guarding your mouth if you say anything about God. Right, they suspended you, right, from your job if you're a public figure and you say anything about God. All right, so that right there letting you know, right, what type of world we really living in. Okay, and who these people are really championing for. All right, and that's Satan, man. Okay, and one thing about it is they don't like to be known. All right, that's another thing that you know that they weird as hell because they know that they dark and they evil. All right, they just don't want you to know. I wonder why though. It says, verse 9, even him who's coming after working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Right, right, man. Because through his most useful evil power per se, right? Is what his craftiness, right? So this nigga have made natural order of things the enemy and has made science your god, right? And now he's using what the AI as to know all things and know all science. And who created AI? He did. It's a man-made thing. So he's fooling the people, all right, with these wonders, all right. Verse 10 it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved. Right, man, because when you speak these things to these average Americans, right, they'll get mad at you because what? Because they're antichrist, all right, because they have fell in love with the ways of this world, all right. So they like the unrighteousness dealings, okay. They like the benefits of sin, okay. But again, it's only going to get ugly.
LGBTQ plus rights. Meetings in the State Duma, Russia's parliament, have been packed with politicians, bishops, even military brass, all united in cracking down on so-called Satanist organizations. And right at the top of their list, the Satanic Temple, a group based in the US. Now, to understand what's really going on, you have to see the bigger picture. Russia's been leaning hard into conservative social policy.
See, and then now I just want to use this for this little clip because now he's about to go off. He's about to try to make it seem like Russia's trying to say that about America just so they can make up new laws for their own people. Basically, try to push the buck, right? But he's not saying that Russia is wrong, all right? Because one thing they said was that this is mainly pushed by the West, all right? That this is an idea from the West, okay? So that goes to show you, man, that these people, all right, with the Satanism, okay, it likes to destroy you from the inside out, all right? And that's why America has become the most least place to visit as of lately, right? It's becoming a third world country before your eyes. It's miserable, right? The scripture says miserable are the cities that took in thy children, all right? And a part of that miserableness that's been going on, right, is the amount of wickedness that come out of this place, all right? And it's broadcast throughout all the different worlds, right, on different TVs, right? Different people from different worlds, I mean, not different worlds, but different continents, that's athletes and things of that nature. They'll fly around America, come visit, and then they'll pick up some of them damn spirits and then take it back over there to their land, all right? And that's why you're starting to see the uptick on people over there in Africa, right? So-called unaliving same-sex people and all that old stuff, right? But where they get it from? They get it from America, man, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, all right? And by Russia doing this, it's letting you know that they know where it's coming from, right? That whole idea, right, of you can do what you want to do. And that's why they got a society full of man boys now, all right? And Russia over there kicking their ass right now, right? But I best believe all this different satanic worship, all right, come from your leaders, all right. And so, as the leaders pertain to Ecclesiastes 10:1, as the leaders, so are the people, all right. And that's why America is going to get destroyed totally, okay, because this place is evil, man, all right. Last scripture, going to close it on out. This is Isaiah 24. Verse 21, it says, And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Right, man. So the Lord is coming back for these elites, man. Starting with the elites, man. Right? He coming back for everybody. Right? He coming to give the wicked their reward and the righteous their reward. Right? But on that enemy number one list is your elites, man. All right, the same ones who practice these rituals and all, and teach these people how to do so. Right, verse 22, and they should be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and should be shut up in the prison. And after many days they should be visited. Right, man, because the Lord is coming back. Right, well, He's going to send His Son back, Yahweh Shai. All right, to come back and put you motherfuckers in captivity, man, for 1,000 years, man. All right, and after 1,000 years, man, you're gonna be burnt up. All right. So with that, I praise that's what's edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kradash, Shalom.